Good evening and thank you for joining us, and hello to those listening to us on AM 800. Another busy day at Windsor City Hall with some hot topics. The talk of council chambers. CTV's Travis Fortnum is here now. Catch us up.
That's right, Stephanie. A little something for everybody, from the closure of Sandpoint Beach to curling changes. Topics CTV News has been covering for years, back before council today. Let's start at Sandpoint Beach. Following the drowning death of a 15-year-old boy off the shore last month, Angelo Marignani, the area councillor, asked council to push to fast-track a long-term plan to relocate the swimming section of the park. Among other changes, that motion failed today. Instead, an alternate motion from Councillor Joanne Geniac passed, calling for the beach to be closed immediately pending a coroner's report on that May tragedy. In the meantime, administration will report back on whether the long-term master plan can be expedited.
We've had 9 drownings in the area since 1980. And I think it's time for a good sober pause to consider a number of things. Is there an absolute way to make it safe to swim in the area?
Okay, let's talk about Ojibwe Park. There's been movement in recent years towards establishing that national urban park, but what does the recent federal election mean for that progress? Council today reaffirming its support for the project and agreeing to reach out to newly elected local MPs to gauge their support. The park was strongly championed by former MP Brian Massey and also backed by Windsor-Tecumseh MP Eric Kuzmerchik, both of whom lost their seats in the last election.
I was very happy to have the unanimous consent for us to reach out to newly elected government officials, particularly at the federal level, to make sure that they understand the City of Windsor is the position with respect to the National Urban Park remains unchanged.
Okay, to the one everybody is talking about, curling and ice time. After a 2-hour debate and 14 delegations, council voted to again displace curlers. The curling rink at Capri will be converted back into hockey ice to support minor leagues displaced by the WFCU center fire. But all is not lost for curlers. Councillor Fred Francis's motion on the shifts curling to an off-season window, April through August 2026. Curlers say that works for most, but it shuts out Special Olympics athletes whose competition season runs through the winter. They're now looking for private ice to keep their program going.
We're not going to miss an entire season. We will find a solution. And like I said, it may require us to go out of town to find practice. And so we'll have to do maybe special fundraising or do something. So it's just added cost. I told the kids, don't be negative. Don't be sad. We'll find a solution. We're adults. We'll figure it out.
The final of those 14 delegates on that matter, James and Leanne King from Central Park Athletics, offered some weekend ice time for hockey, though most need is weekdays. They also pitched a bigger idea, converting what's now a temporary indoor soccer field into a new permanent home for curling, for real permanent this time. Francis's motion includes starting talks to explore that idea. The Kings say it could be ready this fall, but the city says the logistics of sorting that out wouldn't allow for such a quick turn.
We'd like to be included on these decisions, especially related to ice rinks, sports facilities, because we are the only other sports facility here in Windsor. So it would be nice to be included, and we do have some answers, and we would like to help and be a part of that as well.
Lastly, the topic of a recent hiring within the Parks Department, that being Mayor Drew Dilkins' wife, Jane Deneau. Councillor Kieran McKenzie raised a council question around the city's hiring process, whether strong mayor powers have changed it. The answer from administration was no, and an attempt to bring forth a motion to have a review of that process was unsuccessful. Stephanie.
Travis, so much to break down. Thank you so much for this. Yes, thank you.